Follow me into the dark.
Hey weirdos, Dead is Better here. I'm making another video, surprise, surprise. But I mentioned in the last video that I sage my house once a week, and I felt like that needed a little bit of context. So I bought a house last May. So I think I bought it, I should know what day I finalized my house, but I think it was May 23rd or May 25th, so it's coming up on exactly a year. If you watched my channel before when it was called Ghoul Brains, you'll know that my life is just like a paranormal mess. I don't have stuff happen every single day. It's kind of hit or miss. So when I bought the house, I didn't get any weird feelings. I had my dad come and walk through because he's like a carpenter, electrician, plumber, like a contractor basically. So he did like not a full inspection, but he didn't see anything that was like overly sketchy about the house. I didn't get any weird feelings. My basement's fully finished. It has a bathroom down there. It's currently my guest bedroom, but I might move some stuff around, but that's unrelated. There's no carpet in the house, which I liked. It had everything I wanted. It has a garage. It's not a huge house. It's about 1,500 square feet, give or take, and it's just me and my dog. So I thought, great, I have 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then the fully finished basement, which is ultimately one big room. There is a second room down there that has all the weird built-in cabinets, which is like the creepy room. And then there's a big bathroom down there with like a standing shower, nice vanity, and within the bathroom there's another door that leads into like the room with the furnace, the hot water heater, and washer and dryer. So laundry room, I guess, to make it simple. So it had everything I wanted. So I bought it. And for the first week, everything was fine. Nothing weird happened, no weird vibes. I actually spent most of the time in the basement because I have a TV and everything down there. I will give you guys a house tour. I'm setting up the basement differently, and I might move my bar that's upstairs downstairs and put my bedroom upstairs, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, so I came home after a party, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like a little drunk, you know. We have fun around here. So I was laying down in the basement in my bed, and I heard someone walking upstairs. So at first I thought, it's the house settling. It's not a big deal. Everything's fine. You're mildly intoxicated. Well, it continued, and then it started to turn into like heavy footsteps, like not stomping, but a loud, like a large man or a large person walking around. So I like snapped out of my intoxication, was like, holy shit, someone's broken into the house. So I ran upstairs, I checked all the rooms, all the closets, checked the front door for like signs of breaking and entering. All the windows were locked. There wasn't anyone up here. So as I'm like searching around and looking for this mystery person, I hear movement and someone walking downstairs, and I was like, holy shit, what if the person like passed me sometime while I was like in a room and is downstairs trying to get out? So me and Angus, my dog, run downstairs, and I look down there, open up the garage, or the door that leads out into the garage, which is in the basement. There's nobody. So I'm like standing in the middle of the basement, and it's like very quiet. The heat's not on, or at that time it would have been the air conditioner. The furnace wasn't running. There's no sounds. And then I hear the walking upstairs. So I brushed it off, and I thought, you know what? If it is a ghost or a spirit, it's not doing anything, not a big deal. Well, then it continued to happen constantly. And then it also escalated, you can't see, but like directly in front of me and over like in this area are my kitchen cabinets. Not that exciting. But my coffee cups are in the far cabinets, and at night I would hear like dishes clinking together. Like nothing was ever moved out of the cabinet, but you could hear like glass clinking like dishes. So I was like, okay, like whatever. Messing with my dishes or coffee cups, like that's fine. And then my friend came over to help me paint the basement, or the main part of it. I burnt myself out on painting. I paint everything. But we were tired and I was like, let's have some coffee. So I made some coffee. And the living room's back here, like the curtains back here, that's like my main living room window, and I have a sectional couch that you really can like barely see the top of. And we were sitting there. Well, I sit on the end of the couch that's like basically directly behind this wall. So when I'm sitting on the couch, I can see into the guest bedroom over here when the door's open. I don't keep that door open all the time anymore for this reason. So I was sitting there, and it was still light outside because it was summer. It was probably around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I'm looking into this room. I didn't have a lamp on or anything. I tend to keep a lamp on in there all the time for this reason. And as I'm looking in there, I see the silhouette of a man. And he's got like a bowler hat or a low fedora on. And then the creepiest thing happens is I can like see movement of like his hand to his mouth, and I see the cherry of his cigarette like burn red. And he's like kind of sitting, kind of like leaned over with like his leg, like where his ankle is sitting on top of his knee, so not cross-legged, but his leg, one leg over the other. And he's basically got like his elbow on one leg, and he's like smoking a cigarette. So I didn't see anything. I didn't want to freak my friend out. And I'd been quiet for a few seconds. And this probably happened within like 8 seconds tops, like under 10 seconds. My friend's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Like everything's fine. The room's on fire, but everything's fine. There's a ghost just chilling on my bed smoking a cigarette. Everything's fine." So, and it was like more of a shadow silhouette. It was also dark in that room, but when he hit the cigarette, I could kind of see a little bit of his face, but not distinguish enough to like really tell exactly what he looked like. So, since he's wearing like a fedora hat, and I could kind of see an outline that he looked like he was kind of in a suit. Like I could kind of see like a collar or like a maybe like a coat, like a trench coat or a duster or something. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe I got from him. And then the walking is still continuing. Now, almost all my house is tile. There's no carpet. Everything is tile actually, except my living room, which is hardwood floors. And they're like probably 12 by 12 ceramic tiles, upstairs and downstairs, in all the rooms except the living room. So I work in a business environment, and men wear dress shoes there because we have to dress like business casual. And there's a lot of tile there where I work. And there's a particular sound that men's dress shoes make on tile. Like it almost sounds like a high heel clicking, but men's dress shoes have a different click. And that's what it sounds like when the spirit is walking around. So I call him the gentleman because he's in a suit, or what I gather. Like I feel like he's dressed in business casual clothes. I don't know why you would wear dress shoes with like jeans unless that's like your thing and that's cool. So that was really strange. But I kind of get a protector vibe from him. Like he doesn't really creep me out. It was more the fact that I thought someone broke into my house, and like a person, not a spirit or a ghost or whatever you want to call him. So this has been going on for months and months and months. Me and the gentleman are cool. We're still cool. He's pretty quiet these days. Like I don't hear him a whole lot. It's almost like he came to make sure I was gonna be okay. Like I don't know where I picked him up from. But maybe he lived here. Maybe there was another house here. This house isn't very old. It was built in the 50s. So I don't know where he came from. Somewhere. But anyway, then something stranger happened. So my boyfriend is a huge skeptic. He doesn't doubt the experiences I've had. And since he's met me, he's had some experiences, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But he tries to explain it away, which is natural. It's not really his thing, which is fine. He will talk to me about it. So he stayed over one night, and we both left for work around the same time, but I get up a little bit before him because I have to like put on makeup and whatnot. So I'm like upstairs getting ready, and he's taking a shower downstairs. There's a bathroom up here. He just chose to use that shower. And when I go downstairs to like bring him his cup of coffee, he's like got this really weird look on his face. Like something's bothering me or something's on his mind that he wants to say. I was like, what's the matter? Like, what's up? And he goes, I don't really want to tell you. And of course, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my mind is racing and going to like the worst possible scenario of what he could possibly have to tell me. And he's like, I saw something real creepy in your room last night. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, was it the gentleman? Was it a man? Because he might have been concerned of your intentions with me, since he's like low-key my spiritual bodyguard. And he's like, no, I don't think it was the gentleman. And then he proceeds to tell me this story. So it creeps me out. That's why I'm like so hesitant to talk about it. So I've rearranged my basement / bedroom as of like the past month, because I'm redoing a couch, which is a whole nother story, a couch and a love seat. So I'm basically setting that up on the side of the basement where my bed used to be. That's where the TV is. And I've moved my bed to the opposite side of the room, where previously there was just like a chest of drawers, and I didn't really know what to do with that side of the room until I picked up these couches and decided I was going to redo them. So he wakes up like in the middle of the night for no reason. And when I'm down there and I sleep with some type of light on, whether it's like the bathroom light on, the creepy room light on, a lamp. I have night lights down there because I'm a baby. Because it's dark in the basement. Like, there's one window that's about this big that's made out of those like glass blocks, like the privacy glass blocks. But that doesn't let in a whole lot of light. Like, it's fucking dark down there, like dark, like pitch black, the descent into a cave dark. So I hate to say I'm scared of the dark, but I don't like to sleep in like utter complete darkness in case like a fire happened or something. So he wakes up, and it just so happens that it wasn't cloudy and the moon was shining in through this window and casting a shadow over the bed and a little bit further out and from the outside of the bed. And his eyes adjust to the pitch blackness, as they do. And he looks over, and about 4 feet from my side of the bed, they had to be on my side of the bed, he sees a man and a woman just standing there. Cool. Now, not only are they standing there, totally still not saying anything, is he in his head thinks that I have played a prank on him because they look so solid. He said they looked like cardboard cutouts of people that were put in that spot. I literally got cold chills. I don't think you can see them, but literally gave me cold chills. So the creepier thing, it gets better, folks. Just wait. So he's kind of getting a Victorian vibe based on the outlining of their clothing that he can see. The woman appears to be in somewhat of a dress, or maybe a shirt and a long skirt. She has her hair in a little top knot, similar to how I have it. And she's just kind of standing there. The man is in a top hat, a short top hat. He can tell he's in a jacket with like a fur lapel. And he's got a cane. Now I know what you're thinking, and what he described it as, he said it looked like the Babadook, which freaked me out. But if you've ever watched Coven, American Horror Story Coven, there is a character named Papa Legba. I have cosplayed as Papa Legba. If you go to my Instagram, you can see pictures of me of said Papa Legba. And Papa Legba is ultimately kind of portrayed as, I hate to say the devil of like hoodoo religion. And I might be totally wrong, so don't like quote me on this. But he's not really a god. He's kind of like a deity. If you have watched American Horror Story Coven, which is my favorite season, you basically call on him when you want something. But as all deals with the devil, you have to give him something in return, and it's normally not pleasant. It might be your soul. In Coven, it's sometimes like a human sacrifice. So he wants something out of the deal, and it's normally something more sinister. And that's kind of what the dude looked like in the basement. Now, I have not called on Papa Legba, and maybe he showed up because it just so happened at around that time is when I decided I was going to cosplay as Papa Legba. I don't know. And he said my boyfriend was reaching over to turn the light on, like the lamp was on my side of the bed. As soon as he started to reach over, they just like disappeared. Just disappeared. Now, I saw the silhouette of the gentleman. He does not wear a tall top hat. And he said this guy was like a pretty big statured man. And the gentleman, it's not like he's short or like frail looking, but he's like an average sized guy. He said this guy looked kind of like if the Babadook and Papa Legba had a baby. Which is a terrifying, haunting child to think about. So yeah, there's creepy people in my basement. After that happened, now it could just be that I knew that and I was freaked out by the basement, but like the whole air of my basement changed. Like not breathing air, but like the vibes down there, if you will, just totally changed. Like I would get creeped out, and that's when the creepy room with the cabinets in it, which is like the spare room, which is I'm gonna kind of turn into a closet, like a giant walk-in closet, started becoming creepy. It started with when I was down there, I literally felt like something was like up behind me, as close as you could get to standing behind someone without touching them. Constantly when I was down there. And when I would like walk up the stairs, it felt like something was just right on me. It's again giving me cold chills. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. And it felt like I was constantly being watched when I was down there. And my dog, even still to this day, as soon as I let him inside, he instantly goes to that room and he just stands in there and kind of like, not looks up like directly at the ceiling, but is like looking up like he'd be looking at a person. And he's not sniffing anything. The only thing that's in that room is a dresser, a coffee table that I'm going to refinish or repaint for my boyfriend, and some boxes and a shoe rack. It's the same stuff that's been in there forever and even still today, and this happened not quite a year ago, like 8-9 months ago, and he still does the same thing. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what he's looking at. There's nothing in there to look at. So then, when I have people come over, and I give them the grand tour of my house, that's the room that creeps them out. And what I do is, before I have people come over, if it's like a new friend or just a friend who's never been here, I won't tell them about that. And then I take them on the tour and then say, so what do you think about my house? And they're like, oh, it's great, except that one fucking room in the basement with the cabinets. Felt like something was watching me. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Strange that everyone has the same feeling, gets creeped out by it. It is what it is. But that's why I've been saging my house once a week, which I need to do either today or tomorrow. I don't do it like every Tuesday I just do it sometime. So I bought sage and I've been saging. I also got some sage oil and I put that in my wax burner sometimes. I have sage incense, and I also went around and anointed? It's a weird word. I put the white sage oil and drew the protection rune on all my windows and all my doors and any entry into my house, even my garage door on the inside of it. And the door that like is in, when you're in the garage, there's like a door that leads into the basement, which you're like basically in my quote unquote bedroom. Or you can walk out another side door and you're in the backyard. So I anointed all of them, everything. And while I was doing that, I left my front door open and let my dog go outside so he wouldn't run away. He wouldn't, he'd come back. And I started from like the garage out to basically chase things out, so to speak. And it's definitely been better. It's still not great. I'm not gonna lie. I normally sleep in the guest bedroom or on the couch. Or I have been. Once I finish up these couches and get that basement set up better, I am gonna be an adult and go sleep in my bed that I bought down there that I never sleep in. So yeah, that's the main two tales of my house. Lots of other little things happen. One of my friends who watches my dog constantly has stuff happen while she's here. Really likes to like mess with her way more than it does with me. So yeah, that's it. I guess since this video is pushing 20 minutes long of my rambling ass, I'm gonna stop here. But remember, weirdos, be careful and stay scared.